All right, welcome back, everybody. Well, it's described as one of the most prestigious fashion schools in the country. The Fashion Academy Network, or FAN, is open for submissions or admissions for 2017. There's a stringent entry process with only limited students allowed to study there. Also, in their second year, selected students will have a lifetime opportunity to spend time in, wait for it, New York City, one of the fashion capitals of the world. Well, joining us to talk a little bit more about this in our Durban studios, we've got Khomotso Molwantoa, I hope I've got that right, Director of Marketing for FAN. Khomotso, good to have you. Welcome to Morning Live.
Thank you very, very much, Leanne.
This is an absolutely fantastic opportunity for anybody that wants to be a part of it. Obviously, the course is in Durban, but for business, fashion, the Fashion Academy is actually based in Johannesburg, in Rosebank. Talk to us about this.
That's correct. Yes, so the Fashion Academy is in the process of getting accreditation from the Department of Education and the Higher Council. From 2018, February, we'll be having our first lot of intake of students. And we are so excited about this because we do believe that it is going to change the face of fashion in Africa, not just in South Africa.
Yeah, that is really an absolutely wonderful thing. Talk to us about the entry process to the school, because I can imagine that when you talk about it being prestigious, there's got to be a certain standard and level of student that you let in.
That's correct. And when we speak about how prestigious it is, we speak specifically to the level of education or how we've put our curriculum together, which is quite unique to what we currently find in the South African fashion landscape.
What are the, talk to us about the criteria though. What are you looking for?
Well, you see, it is not so much the student that walks through the door, but it is what we're going to do for that student once they leave Fashion Academy Network. We are taking on students that would qualify with matric exemptions, which means university entry. But what we plan to do is that we're trying to create entrepreneurs. Our Fashion Academy Network is not there for just creating, someone who's going to run and look for employment, but they are going to actually be someone who are going to contribute positively to the South African and African economy, in the sense that they would be fed with the network that we have. The three directors have got more than 100 years of experience in the fashion industry. One of our directors, Julian, for example, has shown in New York Fashion Week. Myself, having been a fashion model, a fashion editor for True Love, Oprah magazine, and having been also the face of L'Oreal and exposed to international marketing, and most importantly, our curriculum being written by Bram Kruger, Dr. Bram Kruger, who has the highest qualification in Africa. It's a PhD in textiles. The three of us have come together and put together a curriculum that will address the needs of why is it that South African fashion is there but not quite there. It seems as though we're even starting to lag behind the Kenyan and the Nigerians.
Sure.
So this academy is going to address the South African issue in creativity, the South African issue in entrepreneurship, the South African issue in also addressing, we have obviously so many women in Africa, and fashion is one way that we can actually alleviate poverty. So it's going to address so many issues, and that's what makes it a great, superior education for Africa and for South Africans, and for the students that it's going to walk out of our doors is going to be a rather special somebody.
Wonderful. It really sounds like an incredible opportunity. How long has it been around for?
Well, it only takes in its first lot next year in February.
Okay.
So we're in the process of getting all our students, selection process is going through right now. We've had a lot of students. I think on our database we have about 500 students who've already shown interest, and we've gone through a period of, we're still going through a period of assessing all the applications that have gone through. Some people are writing tests, or, well, we don't even call it a test because it's more of an assessment. As I said, it's not so so much that the child has to come through being a perfect person. They need to just have the love of fashion. They need to have creativity as a core in part of their makeup. And once they come through our door, they've been assessed and they've been selected to be part of this first 40 intake of 2018. Then they go through the paces of being put through. So it's us, the directors of the company, who have been there. We each have at least 30 years, combined 100 years of experience in the fashion industry.
Unbelievable. I think you've piqued a lot of people's interests out there. So let's get some details, because I mean, the important thing which we mentioned in the introduction is that this intern, I mean, one of them can actually, a number of students will be able to draw inspiration in New York. I mean, that is something that's extraordinary. So how do they apply? How do they get hold of you?
Well, our fashion website is up. Our website is www.fan-jhb.com. So the Fashion Academy Network's acronym is FAN, and so if they Google Fashion Academy Network, or they Google FAN, or follow us on Instagram, or find us on Facebook, and then they will find the application documents there, and then they can fill those in, send them through to us, or they can phone us. Our telephone numbers are also listed there, and we have a permanent recruitment office, so that somebody's always waiting there to speak to them, willing to come out to them to speak to their parents if they need to. And this is really an exciting opportunity for any young person, or a person actually who has been in another industry and they're trying to change their career, and are looking for something that actually could address their need to change the South African
absolutely wonderful
skills shortage, for example.
We have to leave it there, Khomotso. Well done. Thank you very, very much. What an exciting opportunity. Get onto that website if that's what you're interested in. I think this is the thing for you to be doing. All right, that was the